The plan was sound.
You have made him more powerful than ever. I see it now. You are my curse.
Everything I have done for you. I brought a priestess into our home to save you.
You are a vile woman. May God forgive me forever listening to a single word you have said.
You don't worship God. You worship yourself. And we are the ones judged for it. You know the truth. The words that made the king of Israel cower and sob in his bed. You asked why I put the crown on Eshbal's head? That is why your reign is over. God has given up on you.
Yeah! Yeah!
Take him to the king.
Get away from me!
No, she tried.
Come here outside! I want you out! Get away from me! I want you out of this house! All is over! You have blasphemed against God! You are banished!
I liked the build up on that, of that last moment of he realizes he tossed her out of anger and wanting to just get rid of her. And then he suddenly realizes he actually needs to give a reason. So I liked that they gave that brief pause of him scrambling. It's a legitimate reason. She did bring a priestess of Baal into their house and, perform witchcraft on him. That's a pretty good reason in Jewish culture to get rid of your queen. A few more of the kings could have stood to have done that. Solomon, Ahab. I'm curious where this is going to go. I like that they gave the queen a bigger moment in terms of her performance, because she has been so subtle and quiet and whispery for most of this. I feel a little bit sorry for the sound department. I'm glad that she got that moment to shine. And this was I had said that I felt like it was escalating a little bit too quickly, but this moment of a blowout in this episode specifically, I think was very well handled. I like that it came from the realization of, you can tell it's two things. One, the plan didn't work, and two, he betrayed David, and he already felt bad about that, and the fact that he did so for no reward, nothing came of it, made it so much worse for him, and so now he's just absolutely furious, and he's kind of suspecting that David might be the one that was supposed to take over for him, and he's scared of that, while also heartbroken because he loves David. And I like that they played it where Saul suspects that David knows that he betrayed him, so he's afraid of that as well. The decision to have Merav see the whole thing happen and watch as that happened, that was good. The whole build-up of all of this, from David marching in to this moment, is so good. I also really like that there was a lot of tension building. What is David going to do when he gets in there? And, it does explode, but it actually keeps exploding into this moment. The tension is not released when David leaves the throne room, which is really good. And I like that the proposal was very simple and straightforward. Curious what this is going to do to Merav's character development as well. Like all the people in the background just going about their lives now.
Now you know how it feels to be betrayed by those who claim to love you.
I'm not sure where they're going with that, because Eshbal didn't have anything to do with this, to the best of our knowledge. So I'm not sure. It was nice of him to have this moment of kind of personal revenge, but I say nice as far as his character goes. That's something that he would want to do, because he did feel horribly betrayed by his mother in the first season. Still have no idea what Eshbal is up to at the moment, and I'm curious where that is going to go. It felt a little forced because he didn't have anything to do with it, as I said, but at the same time, it was also good because now her shame is increased greatly because of, now she realizes that Eshbal doesn't even love her anymore. We'll have to see where this goes. I honestly have no idea. I haven't seen the next episode yet. And none of this is in the Bible, so I can't look ahead. Cold. This moment is really good. Right here. Harkening back to what she told her in the last episode. Merav is such a good actress, too. I really hope that... There's a lot of people in this that I hope they go on to do other stuff, because they're doing really well. Like I said, that was really good. And it's made me excited about seeing the next two episodes, because there's so much that has been launched now. I said in my review of the last episode that a big problem has been there hasn't been a goal for this season. We're just kind of wandering through things and stuff is happening. David's being mopey, have no idea what Eshbal's up to, and nothing's really going anywhere with that. Have no idea what Saul's current motivations are. Nothing's really going on with that. Have nothing to do with what's going on with the Edomite, whose name I can remember, is like Dugan. I'm just going to call him Douglas from now on. Douglas, I don't know what's going on with him other than him being driven crazy by what Samuel did to him. But I think that what they should have done, and again, armchair quarterbacking here, and I don't really like doing that, but this is what I think would have helped. And that is if they had if they had gotten through the Philistines using iron faster, so that we knew about the forge a few episodes ago, and we had a couple of episodes of the king and queen planning this incident with David, and see them worried, because Saul has not been worried about David. This episode is the first time he was convinced to be worried about David. I think it would have helped to have Saul and Abner and the queen planning this attack on David for a while, and so we would have tension building throughout the entire season leading up to the moment at the forge of this is the culmination of all their plans. Maybe even having conversations with the Philistines and saying, this is what is going to happen. We need your help to get rid of this guy. And so we as an audience, if you don't know what's going on, you're really tense about this. You don't know what's going to happen. Everything's building towards this big plan, and then it just goes horribly wrong for Saul. And now we have this big old explosion that's now going to lead to the fallout for everything for the next 2 episodes, which we are going to do that. I think that is what the next 2 episodes are going to be, is that fallout. But it would have been better if we had been moving towards what happened in this episode for the rest of the season, because we weren't really building towards anything. However, I'm very excited about stuff. I want to know what's going on with Eshbal, because I think that they're probably going to show what his plan is, because they introduced the beginnings of it in, I guess that was season 2 or season 2, episode 2 or episode 3. And it would be weird to introduce it that early and not bring it up again by the end of the season. So I want to know what he is up to and who he is working with. I want to see how this is going to affect Merav. Like I said, she marries someone else. Are they going to say that she marries somebody, like becomes an enemy of David, which actually she is his friend later? We'll see what's going to happen with that. I want to see how Saul's going to handle this. I want to know what the queen is going to do, because there's no way she's going to take this sitting down. And I want to see how Saul's fallout with David builds, because the Bible says from this point on, Saul was David's enemy, but David never saw Saul as his enemy. I think that this season is going to end with David fleeing because he has to, because he's scared for his life. And he kind of makes this like Robin Hood type group. I'm excited about that, because I think that's going to be the crux of season 3. I think season 3 will probably end with David being crowned, and then we'll see where the show goes from there. So we're probably going to get a lot of characters introduced in season 3 to make us be able to follow past his crowning after Jonathan's gone and Eshbal is gone and Saul is gone, and all of that fallout. We're gonna have to see Samuel's death. That's gonna have to happen in a not too distant future, and before David becomes king. But I also want to know how Saul's going to handle this, so how they're going to build the explosion to David thinking he's going to have to flee. We already saw a clip of it when Saul hurls a spear at him. I want to see how they're going to maintain Saul and Jonathan's relationship after Saul officially turns on David. It's going to be really exciting, because David isn't banished. He actually he runs away because Saul's trying to kill him, and he refuses to kill Saul. And that's who David is. He absolutely refuses to kill Saul, because God anointed Saul king, but he also anointed David king, and David is willing to wait. He trusts that God said he's going to be king. He doesn't have to do anything. He's going to let that play out in his time. He will not take the life of Saul in order to become king, because he believes that God's hand is on Saul, and Saul is the chosen ruler until God intervenes and takes him away. I'm really excited to see where the next 2 episodes are going to go, because if David does end up going into exile, a lot has to happen. So these next 2 episodes should be pretty exciting. After the last 3 episodes, I was very meh on this season and kind of not looking forward to another episode. But this one has me stoked. This was a very good episode, and I wish that they had ratcheted up the tension and had more of a through line, so that this was an even bigger explosion. But I really liked all of it. It was really good. And so I'm excited about episode 7, and you will see that and me next time if you subscribe.